Hey guys, Sport to Death, and welcome back to the Infectious Madness of Dr. Dekker. So last week we left off with Claire and Bryce giving us a ridiculous amount of information, in that we now know that Claire murdered her husband, and that Bryce is a creep of epic magnitude. Now, Jaya mentioned she had a special friend in the police force, so let's talk to her today. How are you doing today, Jaya?
I'm fine. I'm ready for my grief counseling. I emailed you Marianna's address. I don't know why you'd want it.
Did I ask for that?
You're going to start doing home visits now, like Dr. Dekker?
That's a thing? We're going to do that? Okay. I think that's going to go bad. But okay, alright. Why would I want Marianna's address? Because I didn't ask for it.
Doctor, if you don't want it, don't text me and ask for it. It's alright. I don't mind doing menial tasks for you. Someone has to do them.
I didn't text you. Can I say that? I didn't text you. I didn't, apostrophe, text you. It's probably not going to come up with anything, but...
Well, maybe someone sneaked your phone during a session and texted. I know they all look innocent, but if it's not nailed down, there's a good chance they'll walk away with it. You know, I used to have an iPad and a Surface.
Okay, so someone took my phone and made me want to go see Marianna for some reason. This is weird. Alright, well, let's keep going with Jaya. Home visits.
Yes, Dr. Dekker started doing home visits for Marianna. He said she couldn't concentrate properly in his office. I hope you're not thinking of doing the same thing. I need you right where I can see you.
That way the knife will go in as effectively as possible. Thanks. Are you spying on me? Oh, hey.
Checks and balances, Doctor. Somebody needs to be watching the watchman, so to speak. Make sure you're helping, not hindering.
So Jaya's getting kind of creepy and stalky. Any news on Ben?
I think that's all settled now. We are agreeing to pay Ben £5,000 and he's agreeing not to say anything about what he saw.
Okay. Where do we go? Was Dr. Dekker helping or hindering? Let's keep with that.
He probably did his fair share of helping and hindering. He was definitely helping in the beginning, but then seemed to lose sight of things.
Okay. How did Dr. Dekker lose sight of things?
I think he was so overwhelmed by the patients he was getting. His curiosity just got the better of him. There was a definite turning point.
Oh, what was the turning point? Oh, what was the definite turning point for Dekker?
Somewhere around the time Professor Alderby turned up, that seemed to unsettle him. And then we had a flood of extra weird patients. I think it was all too much for him. I think I misjudged him. I hope you deal with it better.
Sounds like Dr. Dekker really needed to see somebody professionally. Shall we talk about... let's go with the Ben thing. What did Ben see? I mean, we're paying him £5,000. I suppose that's a lot of money. I don't know the pound to dollar conversion.
He thought he saw a creature coming out of Dr. Dekker's mouth. But at least that's the reason he's given for not emptying the bins that night. Either way, it's not the kind of publicity that we need. Shiny, happy, sane people.
Screw that, I want to hear about the creature. Tell me more about the creature. What? Tell me more about the creature. It's not a... Tell me more about the creature. Tell me more about the creature. Now I feel bad that I did not interview Ben directly, because now I want to know about the creature. About the creature. Sorry, guys. Tell me more about the creature.
You're overthinking things. You don't need to ask me that.
But that's the most interesting thing that's happened today. Okay, fine. I guess I'm getting curious, and I shouldn't, and I should be concentrating on the normalcy and trying to get people sane again. So, tell me about the paper spike.
It's in that police report that I gave to you. You should really take a look at it.
I'm pretty sure I looked at the police report. Yeah, I'm doing great today. I'm pretty sure I looked at the police report. Okay, we did look at the police report last time. We don't have to see that again. Alright. Shall we talk about grief today?
Grief is such a strange word if you keep saying it. Grief, grief, grief. It sounds like somebody's being whipped. And you're gonna ask me how I feel today?
That's not what I think of when I think of the word grief. Jaya is definitely getting creepy. Anything else to share about Dekker? Because we did 0 grief counseling, Jaya. 0.
Some mornings I come into work and still expect him to be here. Sometimes it feels like he actually is here, watching over me. We had a connection. It's gone now, though. You can't have a connection with the dead, can you? Not for too long, anyway.
Okay. What connection?
Dr. Dekker asked me to have dinner with him for Valentine's. I refused, obviously, because you don't sleep where you eat or something like that. But it was flattering, especially with competition like Marianna around.
Okay. Is Marianna competition?
Sorry, I didn't mean I was competing. I was happy Marianna was going out with him. I didn't want to be romantic with him. We had a stronger connection than that.
Okay, you're being very vague, Jaya. Why was it a stronger connection?
Dr. Dekker and I shared some philosophy. We'd both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind, and we agreed with a lot of what it said. Have you read that book, Doctor?
I've never even heard of it. I have not read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. Hey, I don't have to type that in.
In Cult of the Kinetic Mind, the author suggests that everyone is capable of psychokinesis, and that the cult leaders specifically had these powers that turned their followers into disciples. It's not a fun read, but if you're into psychology, it's a blast.
So, Dekker is a cult leader and his patients are his followers? What is psychokinesis? Alright, so we've known from previous videos that will probably just show up. Hey, what is psychokinesis?
Psychokinesis is the ability to change the physical world without actually touching it, just by using your mind. It's not just about bending spoons. It covers all sorts of things like telepathy, telekinesis, telesabalas. Shoot me, I'm a Kojak fan.
That last one was not a spike. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Jaya. That was okay. Let's get one thing straight. I make the bad jokes. Do you believe in psychokinesis?
Like I said, all those cool things are in Cult of the Kinetic Mind, apart from Kojak, obviously.
Well, yeah.
If you ever get a patient who thinks they can change the world with just their mind, then duck. Just in case they can. But seriously, do a whole load of shrinking and make them better. Whether you believe in psychokinesis or not, you'll need to figure out your approach with those that do.
Okay, so if I don't heal my patients, they'll blow up my head with their mind. Thanks, Jaya. Is psychokinesis common?
No, not at all in my experience. Dr. Dekker had an unusual number of patients who claimed psychokinesis. Either he'd been specifically looking for them or someone had been sending them.
Someone like Cthulhu. Okay. Why would someone send psychokinetic patients here?
It's entirely possible that someone is targeting this practice with psychokinetic patients. To what end, I don't know. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are diagnosed as insane, or at least temporarily insane. It's a handy diagnosis if you're facing criminal prosecution, especially if it's for murder.
That seems very familiar, as if I were talking about that a week ago to somebody else. What approach?
How do you make people who think they have special powers better? Do you remain passive and support, encourage them, take them away?
I think that depends on the situation. Remove their powers. That's right, because we don't want a bunch of insane people blowing people's heads up. Let's remove their powers.
That's what I'd try to do.
Okay, at least we're in agreement about that. What did you do on Valentine's Day? I mean, did you murder Dr. Dekker?
I was at home on my lonesome, Doctor, like I said before.
Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it. Did you murder Dr. Dekker? Okay, so, did you murder Dr. Dekker?
Some mornings I come into work.
No. Okay, I knew it was going to be that easy. Okay, so that looks like we've got everything we need to get out of Jaya. Let's move on. Professor Warwick, you're new. Why are you here? Is there anybody else new here? We've got Nathan, we've got Marianna, we've got Ellen. Alright, let's go with Professor Warwick. You're new. Who are you? Why are you here?
Professor Warwick, I'm a physicist. Where's Dr. Dekker?
He's, indisposed. Dekker's dead.
Is he really? Actually dead? Not a worthy adversary after all, then?
Why is he looking around the room like he's a crazy person? Oh, that's right, he's a crazy person. Dekker was your adversary. You were the Moriarty to his Sherlock Holmes, or vice versa.
Dr. Dekker challenged me. He tried to use my theories against me. Quantum theories.
Quantum theories. Alright, what theories?
Do you really want to know?
Not really.
Dekker's eyes used to glaze over whenever we talked about that. He didn't believe in quantum physics. As if it's something that you can optionally believe in. Well, it started with an experiment.
Okay. Is it the one where you make a clock out of a potato? What was the experiment?
Have you heard of quantum suicide, Doctor?
I have not heard of Dr. Quantum Suicide. No.
Quantum suicide is a thought experiment that tries to explain the many worlds theory. You're looking at me blankly. I can see that you don't understand. I knew you wouldn't. Alternate universes. Essentially, if I were to shoot myself, then in some alternate universe, I'd still be alive. Now imagine if I could actually choose that universe. I'm taking a product off a supermarket shelf. Well, I simply applied that logic to something different.
Alright, first off, I understand the concept of alternative universes. Second off, in theory, that other version of you is a completely independent person. You can't just take over their spot. So, what did you apply that logic to now that I've shot theories in your holes in your theories? Yeah, I'm betting 1,000 here, guys. I have been sick all week, so I am just coming back from that. What did you apply that logic to?
Gambling. I set up an experiment whereby I would visit a casino and place a very large bet at a roulette table. Now, I would always bet on odd. Now, the results of this particular experiment were mundane. I won as many times as you would expect according to the laws of probability. But then, I changed a parameter.
Oh my god, you bet on even. What parameter did you change? Professor Warwick, you're boring me. Come on, are you a werewolf? Do you eat people's faces? Come on, you could do better.
Quantum suicide required a loss of life to make it a realistic thought experiment. So, I simply upped the stakes. Every time I bet on odd, I would place everything I had on that one spin of the wheel, and it worked. For a while.
And then you lost all your money and couldn't gamble anymore. Why did the experiment stop working? Now that you've discovered, we're gonna talk about you needing to kill someone to prove a point. All right, why did it stop working? Did you die?
Dr. Dekker killed it, and I can't get it back.
He killed your experiment. What did Dr. Dekker kill?
Well, my theory, quantum gambling. If the stakes are high enough, you will win every time by simply shifting your consciousness into that branch that wins. It's tricky, but it can be done. Dr. Dekker didn't like that. He saw me becoming rich and powerful, and he hated that. That's why he proffered the Hangman's paradox.
Okay. Hey, is he drinking booze? Is there booze allowed in these sessions? Oh, I guess we'll get the real truth out of him now. What's the Hangman's paradox?
Well, imagine a judge sentences you to death. Now, it will be Monday or Tuesday next week. But it will be a surprise. Well, which day do you think you'll be executed?
Monday.
Well, Monday does seem likely, yes. Because if you're still alive on Monday at midnight, then Tuesday won't be a surprise. But if you're sure that it's Monday, then that won't be a surprise either, will it? Dekker tricked me.
Okay. How did Dekker trick you?
He told me that sometime in the future I would lose a bet. That I would lose all of my money. Now, this didn't seem likely because I had quantum gambling on my side and it was working. But he unnerved me. He made me doubt myself. And then it happened. Recently, I lost everything that I'd managed to build up since Vanessa left me.
Okay, I think we're getting to the real heart of the matter here. All right, so why gambling?
Why not gambling? My wife Vanessa left me for a neurosurgeon. She emptied our entire combined wealth into her barrister's wallet. I needed more money. Physics provided me with a solution.
Nobody crazy provided you with a solution. Tell me about your wife.
We were married for 14 years, 7 months, and 3 days. Vanessa couldn't have children. At least that's what she told me. She grounded me in reality. I'm not complaining. It's probably what I needed. Part of me always thought one day I'd achieve immortality through science and we'd be... It wasn't to be, though.
Okay. Did it bother you that you couldn't have children?
Well, yes, it bothered me. Especially now that I find out that she's pregnant. Oh, no, it wasn't a rocket scientist that was required, but a brain surgeon, it seems. I have considered putting that neurosurgeon onto his darkest timeline. But I'm not a killer, it would seem.
No, you're just crazy. Alright, why would Dekker hate you becoming rich and powerful?
Honestly? Well, I think he feared quantum physics. He didn't like things being explained in terms of science. Almost as if he'd have preferred chaos.
Yeah, like Cthulhu. Alright, what are you doing on Valentine's night? Did you, happen to shift into a timeline where you stabbed a dude?
I was at a fundraiser for a charity called Mind Stretch Outreach. Don't know how I got roped into that, I can't remember. But it was full of very clever children with bizarre outlooks on life. And Jaya. It was Jaya who asked me to go.
Okay. How well do you know Jaya?
Oh, she's Dr. Dekker's lovely assistant. I imagine she's your lovely assistant now. Yeah, she always smiles and makes me a cup of tea before a session. Smile. Which reminds me, my session. Can we talk about my problem now?
Yes, yes, yes. It's all about you. All about you, Professor Warwick. So what's the Mind Stretch Outreach?
It's full of poor kids with very capable minds. I did give them a talk on quantum tunneling once, and they loved it. Not sure it'll put dinner on the table for any of them, though.
Yeah, because kids always want to hear about quantum tunneling. What's quantum tunneling?
Oh, you're gonna have to Google that, Doctor, I'm afraid. I'm not a walking Wikipedia.
You brought it up.
to tell you, but I am paying you by the hour. Maybe look up Schrodinger's cat whilst you're there.
We've already encountered Schrodinger's cat. Thank you. Let's talk about your problem.
I'm not a gambler, Doctor. I'm a scientist. I need more money. It's true I've run out of money for my research. An opportunity has arisen.
Okay. What opportunity has arisen?
A very wealthy group of individuals have offered to pay me a very large sum of money if I attend their next private soiree. They don't want a talk or anything like that. They want a practical demonstration.
So you're gonna go hang out with a bunch of people who want wizards? Yeah. Okay, what sort of practical demonstration?
They'll pay me £1 million if I can successfully survive 6 rounds of Russian roulette. Now, I am worried because of what Dr. Dekker said, but, well, can't help but thinking that the stakes are so high I can't possibly lose. What do you think, Doctor? Should I take them up on their offer?
So here's the thing. If I tell him to take him up on the offer, he's either going to succeed and be very rich, or more likely he'll be dead. Now, in the context of this universe, if he succeeds, I'm enabling his crazy. I shouldn't. You should not take that offer.
No. No, I suppose you're right. In a darker timeline, you probably said yes, and I'm dead now. I earn good money where I work. How do I stop losing it?
Maybe stop gambling? Stop gambling!
I take your point, But I suppose to decide whether to continue gambling or to stop gambling is a gamble within itself, isn't it?
It is not.
Well, my time is up. Will we be having another session or... No, don't answer that. It'll turn you into a gambler like me. Infectious. Isn't it?
Well, we'll have another session if you show up. It's not a gamble. Oh, and he's gone, and I can't follow up with the question about the research. That's interesting. Alright, so let's move on to something else. Okay, so let's talk to Nathan today. How are you today, Nathan?
The burned Hannah's rocking chair. The day moved forward. It was a good choice. I'm not sure I've got much left of hers now. I've burnt most of it, or given it away, just to make the days move forward. There was a moment when I was attacking a Salvation Army bin. I gave in.
You were attacking a Salvation Army bin. What happened to the Salvation Army bin? Because it was weird.
I accidentally put Hannah's diary into a Salvation Army donation bin. They're like huge post boxes with a circular tray that makes sure things spill to the bottom. I tried to get in to get it back, but I gave up.
Okay. I mean, did you read the diary?
I read the last few weeks of Hannah's diary a while ago. I must have accidentally dropped in some clothes for the Salvation Army bin. It's funny, because I wasn't going to read it. She said she'd fallen out of love with me. That she was going to break off the engagement. But she didn't love me anymore. I regretted it.
Okay. What do you regret?
I regretted that I mourned for Hannah so long. I regret the grief. I regret all the days I slept through because of it. Had I known she didn't love me anymore, things would have been different. I'm a bit angry now. If I had that day over again, I may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Okay. Shall we talk about Hannah?
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore? Thanks for the dating advice, by the way.
Okay. Did you follow my dating advice? I don't even remember what dating advice I gave him. I guess we'll have to look at the previous videos.
I signed up for a dating website. It's a bit easy, to be honest. If I message something they don't like, I change it when the day replays. It's not very honest.
Yeah, sure. Why isn't it honest?
If I'm being honest, I'd probably rather ask out one of the patients I've seen here.
Uh-oh.
The friendly redhead with the accent.
Uh-oh. Kinda knew that was coming. Alright, what else can you tell me about Dekker? Let's start with that.
I've told you all I know about Dr. Dekker. He started out good, then turned a bit crazy towards the end. When you start giving people more problems as a therapist, that's a bit crazy.
I think that might actually be the crux of this game, is as you're talking to these people, you should try to give them better choices and not encourage their crazy. So, what problems did Dekker give you?
I started out with depression. Now I seem to repeat days. Even if you don't believe the repeat days, then I clearly have extra mental health problems that he's given me.
Okay. Why was Dekker crazy?
I think that he possibly cursed other people, a bit like he cursed me. Sometimes you could see he was bursting to tell me about it, but he couldn't. He was ecstatic with power.
Okay. How did Dekker curse you? Ooh.
curse or remembered. I was hoping he'd forget. It's going to sound crazy. Dr. Dekker said I would never be able to move forward until I came to terms with my grief. And so from this point on, I started to relive the same day over and over again until I made something of it. I believed him.
I don't know if he was being literal, actually. Why did you believe Dekker?
I didn't want to believe him. I remember I said, you can't just say things and they happen. He laughed and laughed. I think he was going mad. He said he'd give me a demonstration.
Okay. What demonstration?
He held his hand outstretched and told me to look at the flame. There was no flame, and then there was. He was holding a flame in his hand that had come out of nowhere. And he tried to hypnotize me to make me forget it.
Yeah, I didn't see any flame. There was no fire there. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going crazy. You remember the flame even though he hypnotized you?
I didn't forget seeing the flame. He wanted me to forget it all, but I didn't. For whatever reason, he couldn't undo what he'd done. I was scared. I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
Okay, why were you scared?
I was scared what Dr. Dekker would do to me if he found out I still knew. So I had to play along. Keep coming to the sessions. Pretend I hadn't seen what he'd done. It was awful, because I was suffering through the same days over and over again. But I couldn't talk to him about it, because he'd know.
Okay. Why did Dekker want you to forget?
He'd become bored of me, so I got much of my insight from calls or messages he'd take during our sessions. I think because he hypnotized me, he didn't want to play with me anymore, so I got basic therapist.
This is getting weird. What's a basic therapist?
He told me lots of people get depression, to become more active, see more people. And although he wouldn't always be there to listen, Jaya would be.
Even though he wouldn't always be there to listen, did Dekker know he was going to die? Actually, we're going to ask that. Did Dekker know he was going to die? To die.
I've told you all I know.
Crap. I thought that was actually a fairly smart question. Do you know Jaya well?
Yeah, I talked to her quite a lot. I'm not sure how many days of that she'd remember. She seemed to care, which is more I can say for Dekker.
Do you know about the paper spike?
I didn't notice Dr. Dekker had a paper spike. I haven't really seen more than a foot in front of me since Hannah died.
So you're myopic as well? Did you kill Dekker so you wouldn't have to suffer through repeat days?
I didn't kill Dr. Dekker. I wanted to be as far away from him as possible. I don't know who did.
It's okay, because I was pretty sure Nathan was not the murderer. Nathan says he talked to Jaya a lot. I should ask her. Alright, do we have any more questions? Let's go see if Jaya's got any more insight. Aha! Yes! Okay, so we can follow up with her. Did you talk to Nathan much?
I didn't really speak to Nathan that much at all, but I have this strange feeling that I know him really well. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Okay, so, supposition here. Nathan has actually been repeating days and talking to Jaya, and it's kind of a real thing. Okay, why couldn't Marianna concentrate in the office?
Honestly, I think Dr. Dekker had a bit of a crush on Marianna, or vice versa. I'm not really sure. There's some footage from their home sessions if you want to see them.
Aha! Okay, I have a feeling this is going to be a longer video. Do we have that footage? We do not have that footage. Okay. Oh, yes, show me the footage.
That was a joke, Doctor. I guess we found our level.
Oh, okay. Fine. Alright, why does grief sound like being whipped?
Oops.
Oh, I see what the
That
joke
was a
is.
strange thing to say, wasn't it? Whipped. Am I all whips and chains in the bedroom or dominant in the boardroom? Don't answer that, it's not a question. It's early days for a harassment suit yet, what with Ben's nervous shock already.
Alright, I have to admit I missed the total subtext of the first joke, but that one, there's not a subtext. Thanks, Jaya. That was more TMI. TMI, Jaya. Alright, do you know more about Dr. Dekker's mother? Why are we asking about his mother? Okay.
Dr. Dekker did send me to see his mother once. She was dying in a nursing home and he didn't want to see her. I
Interesting.
remember him calling her a manipulative, evil old hag. You tend not to ask any more questions after that.
What was Dr. Dekker's mother's name? Okay, what was Dekker's mother's
I
name?
don't know anything about that.
Oh, come on. You just showed up and called her ma'am the whole time? Alright. I think we're going to go to Marianna, and we're going to call it a video after that one. So let's go and try the next patient. So everybody seems to be getting really interconnected. So Marianna is in on it because she's been talking to Dekker, seeing Dekker. Nathan is interested in Marianna. Jaya has been talking to Nathan. And possibly Elin is involved with Dekker's mother. So, curiouser and curiouser. Let's start with the easiest one. How are you today?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. It's rent day, and I always feel a little blue on rent day.
Okay, why do you feel blue on rent day? What's rent day?
Rent day is the day I pay rent to my landlady.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Why does it make you blue? Why does rent day make you blue?
I pay my rent to a landlady. I don't own my own place. I'm just passing through.
Okay, that gave us nothing. Alright. Before you mentioned something beautiful.
You've got a good memory, Doctor. Let's talk dreams. Sometimes I'll dream about a light. Deep in the ocean somewhere. I head towards it because it's warm and glowing like a beacon. And when I'm at the bottom, it's the most beautiful thing. Like a welcoming sun. Like I'm home. And then I wake up.
Okay. Why a beacon?
It's so beautiful. It calls me. It's like I'm in a trance. What does the dream mean, Doctor?
What does the dream mean? The dream means that you are a Cthulhu person who wants to live at the bottom of the sea. Maybe the dream is symbolic, maybe the dream is made up, maybe the dream is something you're searching for something. Let's go with searching for something. Maybe the dream is you were searching for something.
I guess. I hate being in the same place for too long. Maybe I'm always searching for paradise or something.
Or something. Okay. Have you had any more blackouts?
I've had no blackouts, and I haven't been to the beach since our last session. But I think I will today.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to come with me to the beach?
Marianna's dream could mean many things. A metaphor for her current issues, searching for something, or maybe she's making it up. Maybe someone should come with you to the beach. Do you know anything about the paper spike? Let's go with the paper spike first.
Dr. Dekker used to put my checks on that thing. I guess someone thought they weren't getting value for money.
Okay. You mentioned checks.
I actually don't have a lot of money. Sometimes a therapy check would bounce, but Dr. Dekker would be okay with it. Oh, my checks are fine though, don't worry.
Something tells me I'm not getting paid. Okay. Do you have money problems?
I'm not broke. Men buy me drinks at bars though. Sometimes I'll get away with not paying at restaurants. Isn't that how it is for everybody?
I thought you didn't drink. I thought you didn't drink.
I really don't know.
Yeah. Somebody's in denial. Do you often go to bars and restaurants?
I mainly like drive-thrus. I don't like crowds, and I find it difficult to stay in the same place for too long. I guess I'm a fidget.
Really? I couldn't tell by all the weird things that you do on the couch between questions. Okay. You just like crowds but visit nightclubs.
Crowds at nightclubs and bars are different. The lights are dim. You can slink around without attracting too much attention.
Like a ninja. Why slink?
Sometimes I'll kiss a guy in a club, and then he just follows me wherever I go. It's creepy. I don't want everyone seeing that.
Why do you kiss random guys if you don't want them to follow you? Where do people follow you? I'm gonna guess the beach?
They follow me wherever I go. Anywhere. Where do you think they follow me, Doctor?
I think they follow you into the ocean, and I think they drown. What happens after people follow you?
It depends where they follow me. If they follow me home, they bang on the door for an hour or so, then leave. Other places, they just disappear. I don't see them again.
What do you mean they disappear?
They don't just disappear into thin air. I think they return to the place I found them.
Sure they do.
But I've not run into the same person twice.
Maybe someone should come with you to the beach. Okay.
Doctor, I think you're getting a little anxious. If you ever wanted to visit the beach, you can just turn up. It's not mine.
That was not the point. You're okay with men buying you drinks. Do people ever follow you home? Talk to me about Dekker. Alright, you're okay with men buying you drinks.
It's just good manners to accept when someone offers to buy you a drink. I'm a very good-natured girl.
And I'm sure it's all non-alcoholic. Why are you good-natured?
Don't you think I'm sweet, Doctor?
I'm starting to think you're a killer. Yes, you're sweet. You're not sweet. I guess you're decently nice in that you haven't openly stabbed anyone as far as I can tell.
I think you're falling for me, Doctor. Don't let that get in the way of helping me.
I'm not falling for you. I'm just trying not to insult you. Do people ever follow you home?
Yes. They follow me home. They're silent. It's like a trance.
Okay. Do I want to ask that question? Do they follow you to bed? You putting it up there, I guess we're going to ask it.
There was one guy. A real gym body. I let him into the bedroom, but nothing. Nothing I did would stop him just staring at me. It was creepy. I got him to follow me outside, and then I just shut the door.
Okay. Talk to me about Dekker.
Are we still talking about him? And I thought you were just interested in me, Doctor.
Did Dekker visit you at home?
Dr. Dekker suggested home visits. I think he was probably checking up on his investment. You're not thinking of doing home visits, are you, Doctor?
No. We are actually not going to do that. We're going to be professional. We're going to try and help you with your problem. No, I'm not thinking of doing home visits, Marianna, because that would be inappropriate.
Good. I'm not sure I can afford any more of your time.
He charged her for home visits. All right, perhaps you should ask someone else a question. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this episode up here. Again, I'm a little flat today, so I'm sorry it didn't come out as great as the other ones have so far. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. I am really enjoying the story, and we'll find out. So wait, what's this? Marianna wants me to guess where people follow her. What happens after they follow her? Okay, that was just a clue. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.